The Shi are humans who live like we on the earth. They're part of the earth system, just like we are. But they live in a different frequency and consciousness system. And that system is not in alignment with ours. So we call it out of phase. And as a consequence, we just can't see them. Many people are beginning to become aware of their existence. Certain groups in the past have always been aware of them, especially in the Celtic tradition, and that is where they were known as the Ashi. And nowadays we just use Shi for their name, but they were also called the Elven and also the fairies, not with AI but with AE. Recently they receive much more attention, and there are even several books written, and I contributed mine to it, and you see here the English and the Dutch versions of them. According to indigenous and ancient traditions, the earth has 4 worlds. We are living in the 4th world, the world with the lowest vibration, the world that is dominated by the elemental power of earth, so that we have the tendency to be very focused on the physical elements we need to have. The Shi are quite different because they live in the 3rd and the 2nd world. And that has a much higher frequency than ours, and as a consequence, they are out of phase with us. And some 3rd world Shi are so close to ours that they are able to move in and out of our reality. And that is when people can see them, and a lot of the stories are based on those beings. The image that you see here shows one of the Shi centers in the Sedona area. Because they have a higher vibration, they more or less try to avoid human contact. At least that has been this way for quite a while. Maybe thousands or hundreds of thousands of years. But they are beginning to be more open. Their fear actually was our fears and our worries and the greed that lives in our lives and in our world, and the lack of respect for nature and beings that live in nature, visible and invisible. But because we begin to raise our vibration, they are more open for it. In the Sedona area, often pretty high up, they had all kinds of centers where they try to maintain their unique frequencies. But now they begin to open more for us, more looking for ways to connect. We are actually one species, the Shi, we humans, and are even humans living in the inner earth. And although our vibrations are different, we still need to work together, to collaborate. And visiting places like this, where their energy is much stronger, will help us doing that. Within the human consciousness systems, the Shi live in the consciousness range of the 2nd and 3rd world, as I mentioned. And if you want to connect with the Shi, you need to, at least we, or those who are interested in connecting, need to raise their vibration. The Shi doesn't want to lower their vibration because then they lose their uniqueness. They want us to raise up and connect from there. And they are afraid that we will pull them in the lower vibrations, and that's why they say, no, you have to come up. And in their consciousness system, they have actually 3 different levels, if you want, 3 different grid systems, if you want. And the lowest level is what resonates with the 3rd world of humans, and the levels 2 and 3 of the Shi consciousness resonate with the 2nd world. So if you want to connect with those consciousness systems of the she, the best way to do that is to find the grid systems that holds that consciousness. This is an example. You can go look for them and go to such places, sit on them, and through the connection you much easier connect with the consciousness of the she. Therefore, I decided to, and it's also a bit on their request, make this meditation that will follow. And in that meditation, we will connect with the 3 levels of consciousness of the she using these vortexes, images of the vortexes to support you in making that connection. It's not about going to the highest vibration. It is about finding the vibration that feels optimal, whether it is the first level, the second, or the third level. It's actually not important. It is important to understand you, understand them, and see how through this connection we can collaborate. So when we go through the meditation, as soon as we talk about one of them or connect with one of the 3 levels of consciousness, I will show an image, and that can help you then to deepen your connection. So prepare now for the meditation. And while we are looking at the picture of the first level of consciousness, the lowest of the 3 levels of consciousness of the she, we first prepare in a general way. Because the only way you truly can make a connection with them is when you are connected with your heart. So to do that, I invite you to take a few deeper inhalations and exhalations, allowing your system to relax. And with your system, I mean specifically your physical system, because that is the reflection of the tension also in other aspects of your total system. If you are aware of some tension, bring your awareness, breathe in and out of it, and let go. The more you relax, the easier it is for you to make a connection with your heart. And your heart is the one that determines to what frequency you optimally can connect. So bring as fully as you can your awareness to your heart. There is where is located the brain that receives the information from your spiritual essence. This is where your guidance needs to come from. And it's the place where you can optimally connect with your spiritual essence, with your light, and with unconditional love. The more unconditional your love is, the easier it will be to connect with any being of higher frequency, and that's of course also true for the she, for our family, who are longing as much as we are longing to become again one functional species, supporting Mother Earth. And from that place of love, you can feel your love expanding, including other people, plants, animals, visible and invisible beings, but ultimately connecting with Mother Earth. Feel your love for her. She provides you with everything you need. She truly is our mother. And from this place of love, you can make any connection with anything that lives on her surface, within her system, with visible and invisible beings. So feel your love and feel that you're ready to connect from a place of love with our family, the she. So bring your awareness to the picture. If you want, you can open your eyes and look at it. A picture of the first level of consciousness of the she. In a sense, the most easy to reach for us. As soon as you look at the picture, or have looked at the picture, you are connected with it. And when you are connected with it, you can work with the energies. So the first thing we do is we activate this vortex, this center of a part of the grid, to such a level that you are sitting in the energy of that consciousness. And trust that when we set the intention to do so, it is happening. And when you're sitting in it, you can open yourself to receive those energies that are optimal for you. You only want to connect with energies that are optimal for you, because they are the ones that help you to express more of who you are and help you to connect, to make this connection with your family. So now we have made the connection and trust that you did. Let's sit in this energy and allow the energies to unfold for a moment. So trust that you have made a deeper connection with the she. And that connection is independent of how aware you are of this connection, whether you received information, whether you saw them. That may come later. The key right now is to connect and build and expand that connection. So now we shift our awareness to the second picture, which is a picture of the vortex of the second level of the she consciousness. This is already the level that is in alignment with the second world, as we would define it from our perspective. And again, trust that as soon as you look at this picture, you are connected. In whatever way you want to work with it, imagining that you sit there or imagining that you take it in such a way into your system that you now are sitting in the energies of it, it doesn't matter. Feel that as soon as you focused on it, you are part of the vortex of this grid. And you may be able to feel that the frequencies are different than the first one. And if not, then simply trust that your connection is enough. Enough to set the intent to activate those frequencies of this vortex in such a way that you are sitting in the vortex. And that allows you to set the intention that you take out of this vortex those energies that are optimal for you. Only those that are optimally for you. And again, we allow it to unfold. And trust again that your connection with the She has deepened and that the range over which you can make a connection has expanded. And we shift now our awareness to the third level of consciousness of the She. Again, you can focus on the picture. And trust that when you do that, you are connected. From this connection, you can now set your intentions. And as in the previous two, we set the intention that you activate the system in such a way that you are sitting in the field of the level 3, the highest frequency of the She consciousness. And while sitting there, be clear again that you take out of this field those energies that are optimal for you in this moment. And again, allow the energies to unfold and allow your system to work with it in such a way that you truly goes to the most optimal state possible for you at this moment. You are now connected with the whole range of She consciousness in the for you most optimal way. And trust that. It's so important to trust that what your intention was, that it will happen, because that makes it more happening. And also know that you are more ready to communicate with them. And it doesn't matter whether suddenly there is a communication or not. A lot of the communication is taking place when you're sleeping, in your subconsciousness. The most important thing is to trust that what you have done is optimal for you, and then you allow things to unfold. And based on your experiences, feel whether you want to deepen the connections you already have made. Feel whether this is something that you like to explore on a deeper level. And truly become part of the alliance between the She and humans. If that is so, I would suggest to do this meditation as frequently as feels right for you. And now take a deep breath. Bring your awareness back to the place you're sitting and open your eyes again with gratitude for the deepening of the connection with your family.